How about that?
I defer to the.
Saw Joey Bart the other day getting some work at first base during batting practice. Is that a possibility that we might see him there by the end of the year?
Joey and Canario are both, they're taking ground balls. They're going to do it again today. Right now we only have 5 infielders. If we pinch hit for Spence, if Spence hits for Peguero hits for Spence, whatever it is, just right now, just kind of an emergency thing in case something would happen later in the game, but just to start to familiarize them over there. And that versatility can go a long way for them and for us, and just trying to get them some touches over there at first.
Obviously, you guys are going to see a familiar face over at third base today. What's it going to be like for you to manage against a guy that you've been around for most of his time here?
Yeah, it's going to be weird seeing Key in red, and you just being the infield guy for so long, and appreciate the work that he put in, how he approached every single day, and how good he is over there at third base. And just can't say enough about what he was able to do. First Gold Glove, third baseman, and he earned that, and probably earned multiple of them. He's been so good defensively for us.
Do you think everybody's going to try to hit it up the middle or to the right side of the field today?
Prefer to stay away from hitting it to him, but we're not gonna try to do that. We just need to square it up.
Skenes changeup. He's used a lot more this year relative to last year. It doesn't make a ton of his arsenal, but it's obviously been an effective pitch. What makes it effective?
I don't know exactly. What I can think on is the whole arsenal is so elite, and then when he throws that, it just throws everything off. And he's so good at understanding what's working for him on a certain day. I forget what start it was, maybe 2 or 3 ago, that he went to it a lot early and got some swing and miss on it. And so he has this ability to see what's working and what maybe isn't as sharp on a day. And if the changeup is feeling good, and maybe something else isn't, the splinter isn't, the fastball is typically there. Sometimes he hasn't had the command that he would like to have, and he'll go to the changeup to throw things off a little bit, and he's got really good command of that as well.
How much does he tinker with stuff? He strikes me as a guy that will always be messing around with stuff, and he could probably implement a new pitch or invent something midway through the year. Is he that type of guy? Is he always doing this sort of stuff?
I think he's always searching to get better. How much he's looking to change his pitch mix, I don't know. There's a lot of that, but in the starts, he is very in tune with how it feels, how things are coming out of his hand, and the ability that he has to adjust and adapt in the middle of starts is not something that you see a lot of power pitchers are able to do.
Have you ever been tempted to just get in there and face him just to see what his stuff is?
Oh my goodness, I played catch with him this off season. I was scared to death. I mean, seriously, scared to death catching. And it wasn't just playing catch, he was throwing this stuff. It's scary.
Do you feel better with a bat in your hand than a glove?
Oh yeah. It is not fun. I mean, he's 6'6". It's the unique delivery too, and he hides the ball so well, and then it's coming out at 100, and everything's moving all over the place. It was not fun to catch.
Was it the velo or the spin that was most terrifying to try and catch?
All of it. Yeah, all of it, because it's nothing straight either. The four seamer's rising, he's throwing the splinter that's diving. It's nasty.
He obviously made 23 starts last year. He's now into his 24th against the Reds tonight. I mean, with these last 2 months, what are you hoping to see from him? What are some of the things you're hoping he sort of avoids as he tries to build up that workload going into the end of the season?
I think for Paul, just to continue to be himself, go out there and do what he's able to do, not try to take on too much. He's obviously done unbelievable. I mean, we were just talking about Verlander. I was with Joe, and how elite Ver was, and how from a young age Paul is that and more, and just staying on, just be himself, just continue to go out there and not to put too much pressure on himself to carry everything. He's been elite, he's been so good. Just continue to go out there, dominate the strike zone, continue to refine the pitches that he has, and go out there and be Paul.
What was it like to be managing against Verlander like you did a couple days ago, and to see him going against your own team?
So I'm glad that he didn't get any wins against us. I can say that. And knowing the competitor that he is and playing behind him so often, and you know, to see him on the other side doing what he's doing at his age at 42, and I mean, shoot, he reared back 98 against Bart twice, back-to-back pitches. That I asked him the next day. He said, "I didn't even know I still had that in the tank." But just to see, and again, you're talking about a guy that worked hard, elite competitor, fantastic stuff, and still doing it at 42. But I'm glad that he didn't get any wins.
Because Horwitz kind of found himself at the plate, and what I mean by that is, you know, hitters as they're coming of age, they don't try to be different people, but they're trying to find themselves who they are going to be at this level, and I wonder if he's in that healthy place.
I think so. Well, he's getting back there. It's so tough. One thing, I was never traded. I don't understand what that's like to go from one team to another, especially in a big deal like he was involved in, to come in and to be, you know, the first baseman, and then to get hurt and have the wrist injury and trying to come back off of all that. So now you're involved in a big trade, you're on a new team, and then you get hurt, and you're not saying, I'm sure there was some pressure that he felt to come in and make an impact right away, and it's really cool to see him have been able to work through that and get back to being the Spencer that we saw I saw video of Matt Haig knew in Toronto of, you know, not going up there trying to go deep. He's going line to line, spraying the ball. Power has come on with that approach, and just being himself in the box.
Ronnie, you talked about maybe mixing and matching more at the end of games, especially with, you know, after trading Bednar. How much more do you look at the matchups now as far as pregame planning and things like that, or do you just the same amount of time as you normally would before the trade?
Yeah, I would say it's very similar. Maybe a little more as we start to dive into some of the younger guys and playing different teams too. You know, and just trying to find those matchups that are ideal for the player and for the player to help us win. And yeah, we're gonna see some different things as we go through these last 2 months, and guys are gonna get opportunities like we were talking about last night to show what they're able to do.